Welcome to my channel, where your adventure into the future starts right now. Step into a vibrant universe filled with groundbreaking technology, breathtaking alien landscapes, and exhilarating sci-fi narratives that challenge your imagination. From daring explorations of distant galaxies to haunting journeys through dystopian societies, we uncover the most captivating stories and innovative ideas that will shape the world of tomorrow. Subscribe today and join us on an incredible intergalactic voyage that promises to inspire and thrill. In a world teeming with species that think, feel, and interact in ways beyond the limits of human imagination, the notion of humans teaching another species to control its emotions is a concept that transcends the typical narratives of cultural exchange and evolution. It is an idea that speaks not only to the adaptability of human nature, but also to the potential for empathy, understanding, and transformation that can arise when different forms of intelligence meet and collaborate. This tale of interspecies interaction delves into the core of what it means to be human and how our unique capabilities, empathy, emotional intelligence, and communication can be leveraged to facilitate a profound shift in the ways other species experience and interact with their emotional landscapes. Imagine, for a moment, a species whose emotional responses are extreme, unregulated, or chaotic, perhaps a species whose natural state is one of constant turmoil or erratic behavior. These beings, in their unfiltered state, might struggle to maintain social cohesion or engage in harmonious interactions. Their inability to manage their emotional impulses could lead to patterns of violence, societal fragmentation, or constant conflict, disrupting their culture, their relationships, and their very survival. Their emotional landscape, far from a tool for growth, might become a force of destruction. Enter humanity, with its long history of grappling with emotional intelligence, the science of human emotions, and the ways in which emotions shape the individual and collective psyche. Over millennia, humans have developed intricate ways of recognizing, managing, and understanding emotions, skills passed down through generations, refined by philosophy, art, religion, and the scientific study of the mind. Humans have created systems for taming their emotional storms, from meditation practices and emotional therapies to cognitive behavioral approaches and social systems designed to regulate emotional outbursts and foster cooperation. The human journey of emotional self-regulation is a testament to our resilience, our desire for harmony, and our quest for peace. It is within this context, our evolving emotional intelligence, that humans step in to teach another species the art of emotional control. The initial meeting between humans and this other species is marked by curiosity, awe, and perhaps a sense of mutual recognition. The species in question may be technologically advanced, possessing skills that far outstrip human knowledge in certain fields. They may have a deep understanding of the cosmos or advanced technological capabilities that could revolutionize humanity's way of life. However, their emotional intelligence is lacking, and it is within this realm that humanity has the opportunity to make a transformative impact. The humans, equipped with their rich emotional toolkit, seek not to dominate or force their way of life upon this species, but to offer guidance, to teach, and to share the wisdom of emotional regulation and the profound effects it can have on individuals and society at large. At first, the task seems monumental. The species in question may not understand the need for emotional control at all. To them, emotions may be an uncontrollable force of nature, an inherent aspect of existence that cannot or should not be tamed. Their societies may have evolved with the belief that emotions are meant to be acted upon, that they are a source of strength, power, and identity. For such a species, emotions are not something to be controlled or modified. They are an essential part of who they are, their sense of self, and their social interactions. Emotions may be woven into the very fabric of their culture, dictating their art, their politics, and their way of life. Initially, the humans' attempt to teach this species the importance of emotional regulation might seem like a foreign concept. They may encounter resistance, disbelief, and frustration. Emotions, in the human context, are often seen as the source of wisdom and growth, and the idea of regulating them, especially suppressing or modifying natural emotional responses, could be viewed as unnatural, even harmful. The species might view the human's approach as a form of control or manipulation, something that threatens their autonomy or undermines their cultural identity. Yet, humanity's efforts are not solely rooted in the imposition of their worldview, but in a genuine desire to help this species unlock the potential for a more harmonious, balanced, and peaceful existence. The process begins with dialogue, with a careful exploration of the role emotions play in the species' day-to-day life. Humans work alongside the species to identify the pain points in their emotional landscape, those moments when unchecked emotions lead to destructive outcomes, whether it's in personal relationships, societal conflicts, or even larger-scale violence. By helping this species to first recognize the influence of their emotions and how they can lead to negative consequences, humans open a pathway to change. The first breakthrough comes when the species begins to understand the power of emotions as tools rather than forces to be controlled by sheer will. The humans introduced the concept of emotional awareness, the idea that emotions are not inherently negative or positive, but are signals that can offer valuable insights into the state of the body, the mind, and the external world. Emotions, in this view, are not obstacles to overcome, but messages that help individuals understand their desires, fears, and needs. By listening to and interpreting emotions, individuals can learn how to respond to them consciously rather than react impulsively. The next step is teaching this species how to create space between emotion and reaction. Humans have long practiced techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, and emotional regulation exercises that help to slow down the impulsive reactions that often arise in emotionally charged situations. These practices enable individuals to pause, take a deep breath, and observe their emotions without immediately acting on them. Over time, this practice of emotional observation becomes a powerful tool for transforming emotional responses from knee-jerk reactions into thoughtful, intentional actions. As the species begins to experiment with these techniques, the effects on their society are profound. Conflicts that once escalated into violence or destruction now become opportunities for dialogue and reconciliation. Communities begin to embrace the idea that emotions are not weaknesses to be suppressed, but integral parts of the human, or species-specific, experience that can be understood, channeled, and expressed in healthy ways. The species begins to see that emotional control is not about denying emotions, but about understanding them deeply and choosing how to respond in a way that aligns with personal and collective well-being. The changes are gradual at first, but they begin to take root. As the species practices emotional regulation, their culture begins to shift. Old customs and rituals that once encouraged the unchecked expression of emotion are reevaluated. Instead of seeing emotions as a source of division and strife, the species begins to harness them as tools for growth, empathy, and cooperation. Emotional expression becomes something that is shared and understood, rather than feared or repressed. What was once a culture of heightened emotionality where every moment seemed to be a battle of feelings and impulses transforms into a culture of emotional wisdom, where emotional intelligence is seen as the cornerstone of personal and collective harmony. This transformation extends beyond the individual level. As members of the species learn to manage their emotions, they begin to understand the power of empathy. No longer are they bound by their own emotional states, blindly reacting to those around them. Instead, they develop the ability to step into the shoes of others, to listen and feel what others are experiencing. This newfound empathy becomes a cornerstone of social interaction, replacing the reactive, emotionally driven behaviors of the past with a cooperative and understanding approach to conflict resolution, resource distribution, and community building. The species begins to create new institutions and social structures that are designed to support emotional health. Schools teach emotional intelligence as part of their curriculum, and leaders are chosen not only for their intellectual or technical prowess, but also for their ability to empathize with the needs of their people. Art, which once served as an outlet for uncontrolled emotional expression, begins to reflect a deeper understanding of the emotional spectrum. Art that is not only about the raw expression of feeling, but also about the processing, understanding, and transformation of emotions into something that uplifts society as a whole. Humanity's role in this transformation becomes both a guiding influence and a source of reflection. The humans themselves learn from the species they are helping, for the process of teaching emotional regulation is not one-sided. In sharing the wisdom of emotional control, humans are forced to look inward and examine their own emotional landscapes. They are reminded of the fundamental truths about their own emotional intelligence, of the ways in which they too have struggled with emotions, and of the progress they have made in understanding the complexities of the human heart and mind. In teaching the other species, humanity is reminded that the journey toward emotional maturity is ongoing, a lifelong process of learning, growth, and understanding. Eventually, the relationship between humans and this species evolves into a model of collaboration. The species, having undergone a profound cultural transformation, shares its own wisdom with humanity, creating a bridge between the two species. In teaching each other, both species grow stronger, wiser, and more emotionally adept. The species that once struggled to control its emotions now stands as an example of the power of emotional intelligence to transform not just individuals but entire societies. The teachings of human emotional regulation have become an integral part of their cultural fabric, and their story of emotional growth becomes an enduring legend, a testament to the power of empathy, understanding, and transformation across species lines.